Welcome to your own channel of Right Funda. Let's read the question. Consider a disk rotating in the horizontal plane with a constant angular speed omega about its center O. The disk has a shaded region on one side of the diameter and an unshaded region on the other side as shown in the figure. When the disk is in the orientation as shown, two pebbles P and Q are simultaneously projected at an angle towards R. The velocity of projection is in the YZ plane and same for both the pebbles with respect to the disk. Assume that they land back on the disk before the disk has completed 1/8 rotation. Second, their range is less than half the disk radius. Range is half the disk radius. And third is that omega remain constant throughout. There are three assumptions you have to make. Then find out where the P will be landing and where Q will be landing. It is asking whether P will land in the shaded region or unshaded region, Q will reach in shaded region or unshaded region. So what are the question is given? This is the disk there, and from here you project, and from the other point we projected the two particles, and we have to see where they will be landing. Okay, so let's solve this problem. So what are the keywords are there? That is completed 1/8 rotation. It has completed. That is completed 1/8 rotation is completed. By the time it goes and strike the other point, and omega of the disk does not change. No need to apply conjunction, angular momentum, etc. It will be reaching. Simple question is there, and it is range is half the disk radius. So it will not be going to the radius also. From here to here will be going. From this will be going from here to here. Half the disk radius is going. These are the three conditions, and we have to find out where it will be landing. This one. To complete 1/8 of revolution, it will take a time t is equal to t by 8 time it will take. And we know that t equal to 2 pi omega has been given to us. So 2 pi by omega 8 into omega. So this will be equal to pi by 4 omega. This much time it will take. It is asking in this much time it strike the plane. It is given the question. So during this time it will be rotating. Let's see how much it will rotate. By this time how much it will rotate? The theta angle will be equal to omega t is equal to pi by 4 angle it will rotate. The disk will be rotating by angle pi by 4. Let's observe Q first. Suppose Q is at this distance small r from this. This is my small r distance from here to here. So as soon as you project the particle from Q point, then we have given a velocity in the YZ component, upward plane, but it will gain a velocity in the x direction also, and the velocity that will be gained in the x direction v naught x is equal to omega into r. That velocity will be there. So as you project the particle, it should reach here, but it will not be reaching here. It will be getting a horizontal drift or x direction drift. It will be reaching somewhere here. The particle will be reaching here somewhere. See, so what happens? This Q point is moved from here to here, but the point where it should have moved has moved from here to here. The point where it should reach an R point, suppose wherever it should reach, that point had reached from here to here because same time it has covered. So it is very clear from this to understand that this will be the point will be landing here somewhere in the unshaded region. But the point where it should move, it is moving the constant angular velocity, but it is getting the drift in the x direction according to its initial velocity, and initial velocity is omega r, and this velocity is moving the angular speed omega, so it will be getting small drift here and will be landing in the unshaded region. Now see for the other point Q, P point. So this P would have gone to P dash by 45-degree angle. It must have covered like this. But if we want to find out where it will be landing, that we want to find out. Suppose if this were not rotating according to its speed of projection, it would have reached here, suppose. Okay, it would have, because it's towards the R, or it may be going to this side also. So this point, this also will get an horizontal drift, because suppose this distance is y, I have given the name. So it will get a horizontal initial velocity omega into y. Because the omega y, it will have some horizontal drift. So x coordinate from if I take 0, 0. So by that time it will be reaching somewhere here somewhere. X coordinate I can find out is equal to initial x velocity into the time that I have to t by 8 time given, or time of travel. So this will equal to omega y into your time of flight, that is t by 8 time. So this is the x coordinate will be there. So here somewhere will be reaching. But this P point has moved from this to this time. This is 45 degree, it has moved. So this point, this length of y, so P dash point has moved. The displacement of the P dash point in this direction equal to y, you can rate this equal to 45 degree, y cos, y sine 45 degree. And this point where it has moved, this point where it should be there, this is lesser than this value. Suppose I give them y dash name I've given. So this y dash where it has reached here is at a distance of s of the point where it reached is equal to y dash, or the particle will be equal to your this value, the x coordinate equal to this much there. So if you compare this both the quantity, if you comparing both the quantities, this quantity we can write to be equal to this is equal to nothing but y equal omega 2 pi by t will be put y by pi by 4, y pi by 4. This quantity will be equal to y pi by 4 and this quantity equal to y 1 by root 2. So comparing this, we can easily say that the x, the displacement will be greater than s of the P dash point. So the point will be moving, this is greater than this value because pi by 4 and 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 equal to 0.7 and pi by 4, if you calculate 0.75 plus will be there. So this quantity is greater than this quantity. So what x drift will be getting is the what maximum this shaded region has gone up to. Maximum x displacement shaded region is lesser than the maximum displacement the particle is gaining because the initial velocity is more than this. So this P also will be landing in the unshaded region. So Q also landing in the unshaded region, P also will be reaching in the unshaded region. So we'll see the questions. So it was asking P lands in the shaded region and Q in the unshaded region. Wrong. P land in the unshaded region, Q in the shaded region. Wrong. Both P, Q in the unshaded region. Correct. Both Q in the shaded region is wrong. So our answer is both will land on the both will land in the unshaded region. The C option is correct for us.